What's good, YouTube? The Truth here, and I'm back with another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Now, without a further ado, let's get straight into it. So, as we all know, the fight went down last night. Sebastian Fundora versus Keith one-time Thurman. And man, oh man, reality hit hard. Not just for me, but for everyone. Now, if you watched my prediction video, you already know we kind of called it. Maybe not the exact round, but the outcome. And I'm not going to act like some boxing guru because, you know what? Listen, a lot of people saw this coming, all right? Now, look, a lot of us were rooting for Keith Thurman, but let's be honest. This is a guy we've been watching for years, back in the PBC days. You know, when welterweight divisions were stacked. We had Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford. Those were the guys. So when you see someone like Thurman step back into the ring, you just can't help but root for the guy. But at the end of the day, reality is what it is, and Father Time is undefeated. We gotta just look at the facts. Keith Thurman is 37, and in this fight, it kind of showed. The legs weren't there like they used to be. The explosiveness wasn't the same. And the power at 154, it just didn't look like it carried. Now let's talk about the size difference, all right? Because that shit looked crazy. When you look at the math of the fight, everything favored Fundora. He's younger than Keith. He's taller. He's longer. Pause. He's more active of a fighter. And he's already a champion at this weight. He's been at this weight for years. And now let's look at Thurman, okay? He came in at the weigh-in light, around 152, which tells me something. He might not be a true 54-pounder. He might as well make 147. And I think he could if he really wanted to. But what really stood out to me was the game plan, or at least the execution of it. Because watching the fight, it looked like Thurman was just trying to counter from the outside. And as we all know, from Fundora's height and reach, that's a big no-no. And it's a big problem. Because you just don't beat Fundora on the outside. You're not going to reach him. You're going to hit air. When you look at Mendoza's knockout, he was up close, and that's how he got the shot. The man is 6'5", for crying out loud, which is insane. You have to go inside. But I got to give credit to Fundora, because every time Thurman did try to go inside, you know, he worked the body a little bit. The first 2 rounds, Fundora had something waiting for him. And I believe the second round, he really hurt Keith, and he really punished him for trying to close the distance. And because of those long, long arms, Thurman was hitting a lot, and I mean a lot of air. Fundora would simply just slightly lean back, and then a punch will come whizzing by his face. And at that moment, I realized, and I think everyone realized, Thurman has to land one big shot to win this fight. Now, there's a bit of a problem when it comes to that strategy. Relying on one lucky punch, that's pretty dangerous, and basically screams out to everyone, it's your last resort. It's a Hail Mary, you know? It's like sometimes it works, but most of the time it's pretty much wraps. Especially against someone like Fundora. Because ever since that Mendoza knockout, man, Fundora's radar and awareness of danger it's high, okay? He knows he can't get careless. He knows he's not this immortal, undefeated fighter no more. He knows there's consequences if he were to be reckless and get caught like that again. So that just makes landing that shot just that much harder. Now, to be fair, Thurman did land a solid left hook at one point. It connected nice. But again, at 154, that power just didn't seem to have the same effect. And without the power, Fundora's just gonna run right through you, I'm telling you. Now let's talk about the stoppage, alright? Now I've heard Thurman saying the referee stopped the fight too early. I think he was talking about the man losing his job. But honestly, man, that ref saved his butt. because Fundora was starting to pour it on him, man. It was getting rough. It was getting Spence Crawford levels of beatdown. Okay, that ref did him a favor. And look, this hurts to say because Keith has always been a great fighter and he's always had these great fights, but this might be the moment we gotta start asking that question. Or it's a pretty obvious question, man. It might be time for retirement because boxing is a young man's sport. And if you're not gonna be competing in that elite level, yeah, okay, maybe you can go to Misfits or you can go to some random YouTuber fight, but is that the path you want to go as Keith Thurman? Who knows? But while one chapter might be closing, another one is opening, and as a boxing fan, this is just amazing because Sebastian Fundora is really starting to shine now. He's been at the 154 division for a while now, and him looking this great is making it even more interesting. There's just countless of big fights at 154. Just think about all the matchups we can see. You got Fundora versus Boots, Fundora versus Ortiz, Fundora versus Zayas. These are all massive fights, and honestly, in my opinion, the 154 division might be the hottest division in boxing right now. But I want to hear from you guys. Who do you guys want to see Fundora fight next? Boots, Virgil, Xander, some random nobody? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.